My name is Michael Oni. Now, this morning we can say it's a special edition because we have a guest. We're speaking with a guest over the phone. It's a virtual conversation. Honorable Benjamin Kalu will be joining me this morning, the Chairman, House Committee on Media and Public Affairs. He's the member representing Bender Federal Constituency at the Abia State House of Assembly. Honorable Benjamin Kalu, good morning to you.
Good morning, and thank you for inviting me. Merry Christmas to Abians and those who have tuned in.
All right.
Good to join you again from Abuja.
Oh, thank you very much, and glad to have you this morning on the platform on Flow 94.9 FM. Let's begin from Abuja, there where you are. House of Representatives summoning the president over the insecurity situation in the country, and the president did not appear on the floor of the house, and that came with a lot of reactions. And also some members are calling for the impeachment of Mr. President. What is the reaction of the house on these issues, especially on insecurity?
It is the duty of those in government to protect lives and property. It is the primary purpose of government to ensure security of life and properties, as well as the welfare of the citizens, as captured by the mandate of the Constitution. So if there is insecurity in the land, it is also the duty of the people to raise alarm, which they have done through their representatives from various constituencies. And what happened on the floor of the National Assembly the day it took place a couple of weeks back was that those from the northeast, they were very agitated seeing what played out with regards to the beheading of 43 or 60 something farmers who were doing their rice farming. And the house had one voice, and that one voice was it is important for us to engage with the executive whom we oversight, the executive who was supposed to do a watchdog function on, to know exactly what is their challenges with regards to their areas. They are having difficulties that they might need the legislative intervention to help them achieve this mandate of the Constitution of protecting lives and properties. So that was what informed that, and moreover, the president was not summoned. Okay. The president was not compelled, like alleged in the press. The president was invited for an interactive section, and he gave his nod to it, because I'm sure with Mr. President he didn't see any problem with that. But you see, in our democracy, the president does not lead alone, and there are people who are also his advisors who probably told him that it was not the best to visit the National Assembly. On our part, we felt there was no problem with the Mr. President coming, because it wasn't going to be an atmosphere to insult him or to disrespect him. Neither was it going to be an atmosphere to applaud the insecurity in the land. It was just an engagement, a private section, to be able to know the SWOT analysis of what is happening with the security sector, which what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses, what are the opportunities, and what are the threats. But what Nigerians are missing actually is the second arm to that resolution, which was to empower Mr. President to declare a state of emergency on security around those areas, which was also which has been re-echoed by the northern governors over and over again. So, and there are things the president is not allowed to do because of the provisions of the Constitution, but by declaring a state of emergency around that area, it enables him to assess other alternative solutions towards solving this security problem. One of them is assessing external interventions. So that was what we thought would have helped to achieve security of life more than what we are having at the moment. So that is about it with regards to the invitation of Mr. President. And then the issue of impeachment, like I gave a press release there. Honorable Chinda from Rivers State,
Yes.
and of the PDP, was on the frolic of his own because just a week before that, the leadership of the House came out and made a declaration that it is only the spokesperson of the House that is entitled to speak on issues that borders on the generality of the decision of the House, as captured by our House rules, and warned the press to desist from using individual opinion, and ascribing it as the position of the House. So when he threw out that information that the House people should call for impeachment, well, we felt it was uncalled for because it has not gotten to that level. There was no need to do that because who says that we cannot sit down with president and discuss, and who says that if the president was not able to come, it calls for impeachment? Even at that time, he has not even said he wasn't coming. In fact, he had said he was coming before they started calling for this impeachment stuff, which was baseless, which was unwarranted.
Okay.
And that is that.
Honorable Benjamin Kalu, perhaps the problem there that maybe, according to you, the press got wrong was the verb that was used in their reporting, summoning and invitation, which was where the problem came from. But in reaction to that particular invitation, the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, says the National Assembly has no constitutional power to summon the president. That statement came just as we were expecting Mr. President to appear on the floor of the Assembly that Thursday before that statement came, and at the later end, the President didn't appear at the National Assembly. Now that brings the question: the constitutional power to summon Mr. President. Does the Federal House of Representatives of the National Assembly have the powers to summon Mr. President to the House?
You have gone. You are contradicting yourself. You said summon, I said invitation. I declared that we did not summon the president, we did not compel the president, and the Attorney General is using the word summon. You're still back to that verb you were talking about, the initial time. So, like I said, the House did not summon Mr. President. The House invited Mr. President, and whether or not there are provisions in the Constitution for the House to summon anybody in this country, including the President, the position of the law is clear. With regards to Section 88 and 89, when there is an investigation in a particular area where anybody is expected to come and give either oral or documentary evidence, to that effect, you are allowed to send invitations for them to come. But you cannot enforce that 89 on President because of Section 318 of the Constitution that gave him immunity. I think that's 318. So you find out you cannot conduct arrest of Mr. President, so you can't summon who you cannot arrest. So you cannot say, okay, you are invited, you are mandated to come by tomorrow 5 o'clock to meet with us, and you can't, and that was not what the House did. The House said we won't have an interactive section. So I think it was blown out of the scope which the House anticipated, and now went into legality and legalism of the Constitution. I wouldn't want to go into that because I am sure that eminent persons in the legal profession have addressed that severally over the media, and I'm sure Abians have seen the position enumerated by most of these respected legal luminaries. So going into that will be overflowing it. The issue is that we are concerned about the security of the country. I know the president is concerned about the security of the country, and we thought it was high time we started sitting together to find a solution towards it. And we have not received official communication yet from the presidency why he did not come or whether he's still coming. We're still expecting that, although the House might be ending today until after the New Year holidays.
Okay.
That window, we have not closed it, we've not shut it. People are just making politics out of our function in trying to represent the people that have elected us to be here, to care for them when they are crying. Anybody who says that is not touched by what is happening in the with our security arm now is very insensitive. And I'm sure everybody's touched, including the Attorney General, including the heads of security agencies, including himself, the President. So we must find a solution, and it is by talking and that we'll be able to get to the root of that.
Okay, let's talk about the gale of defection on the floor of the House now. I'm sure the defection of your colleague from Abia State.
I thought you would have been talking about national issues first before coming down to the state. I was thinking the budget is something on the front burner at the moment.
Definitely, we will get to that.
Are you still coming to that?
It's on my lineup this morning, Honorable Benjamin.
Okay.
I want us to talk about the gale of defection on the House of Representatives.
Yes.
And of course, it's not only right here in Abia State. Your colleague also defected from PDP to your party. How did you receive the news?
Yeah, the issue is that despite the irony of the whole thing is that people are saying that Mr. President is not doing well, and yet people are running to his party. People are saying APC is not doing well, and people are running, and the question is why? Forget about politics. This government is pushing harder than other government. If you look at the Southeast and you see the kind of projects springing up here and there, you will know that this is a government that has remembered the Southeast more than other governments, and that is the same way in most other regions. Visible things, visible evidence of the dividends of democracy, cohesion in the party administration, and being responsible to the principles of democracy. That is what is inviting people to join our party. It's not just PDP. Abga just did a massive one in the Benue State. The daughter of David Mark, who was Senate President under PDP, the daughter went to Abga, came to the house, and pushed almost all the PDP and the Abga members into the party. The same thing with her colleagues. There's another person there from Benue who joined APC. So, and then you go to Rivers State. Rivers State has lost 2 people from PDP. You would have thought, because of what Nyesom Wike is doing, because of how solid he is, because of how rich the state is, that people will stay with PDP. In Rivers State, he lost 2 members, and about the 3rd and the 4th is on the queue now. Once we resume, he might be using another 2 to APC. Now, the wave is blowing down to our state, and it is a very welcome idea that people are beginning to see the reason for the state to join the federal government. There are benefits attached to it. When you belong to the government that is at the center, it's a disservice to the people of Abia State that you are cut off and the door is shut on your face, where the national cake is being divided. I tell you the truth, what Honorable Onibo did was a step in the right direction. And I'm sure most people are going to follow suit, because we know the kind of things they are telling us. We know, the kind of discussions that we are having. And we didn't go lobbying for these people. That is the truth. Nobody went to speak to Sam Onibo. Nobody went to go. We didn't even know he was talking about it until when he approached us and told us this is what he is thinking about, and this way his. And we welcome it. Our windows are open, our doors are open. Any person who wants to join the party, it's a big family. You are welcome to join the party, and you are going to see from next year's budget, you will see what he is going to be able to do for the people of Iguano. You will see a difference. Because PDP, Abia was in PDP when PDP was in charge of the federal government. And Abia enjoyed that relationship. Now Abia is alienated from the federal government. And I will keep running this call. And I don't care who gets hurt. And I don't care who talks down on my proposal for us to join the mainstream of politics. And not only Abia State, the whole of the southern region. We must join the ruling party because we don't have what it takes to stand on our own as it is at the moment, as a regional. Because even if you come to the region, you have Abga having one state, you have PDP having another state, you have APC having another state. Recently, you saw that Ebonyi joined fully the mainstream, and you go to Ebonyi and see what is happening in Ebonyi. While he was in PDP, he was also making sure that he breaks into the ranks to become part of what we are doing here at the national level. And finally, he came on board. I am still raising the call. I know after this interview, some people will go and start writing
whatever they want to write on the newspaper, but I don't care. I'm still raising the call for the leadership of the state government under the administration of Dr. Kezigbazo to come over to the ruling party.
Now, it brings up
and
a
save
question.
himself certain headaches.
Honorable
There are
Kalu,
so many burdens that he's bearing at the moment he is not supposed to carry alone. There are so many debts that he inherited, not from the previous government, not from that have piled up for Abia State, that he needs help for him to be able to weather the storm. He cannot do it alone. So people want him to be the giant and prove to be King Kong. He cannot prove to be King Kong. He needs help from the federal government. And by coming closer to the center, Abia will derive the benefit, will enjoy the benefit. Not Okezigbazo. The Abians will enjoy certain benefits that come from being in the ruling party.
It brings up a question.
So many people are invited, even at the state assembly level.
Okay.
We are reaching out to them. We are going to have so many of them coming to APC. The Abians should be ready because the windows are open. People are invited to come into APC. The era of saying it's Hausa party is gone. Era of saying it's Northern party is gone. We have seen the national outlook of APC. And we have seen the dividends of democracy. Go to my area. Go to Bend, the federal constituency. The work I'm doing with Dr. Jekalo, look at what we are bringing to our area. It has never happened before.
So you're saying we should be expecting more defections even at the state level here.
That is our wish. That is our wish. That is the hunger. Benjamin Kalu want more people to join the party.
It brings up a question.
I am reaching out for it because it will bring more to Abia State. I said, go to Abia North and see what is springing up there. Is because we are attached to the federal government. Imagine that happening in the south. Imagine that happening in the central. The burden on the governor will be reduced. That is the truth. And that is the truth. Now, and I'll keep saying the truth because the burden on him, he cannot discharge. He has 2 years. He will not be able to discharge it.
Okay.
He needs help.
Now, it brings up a question, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, this morning that must you be in the ruling party before you enjoy mainstream governance from the center?
You see, politics is about lobbying. Who are you going to lobby? The instrument of lobbying, identity, recognition is one of the things that is, a value to be considered in lobbying as a mechanism. If you send an unknown face to lobby, the known face will get it faster than the unknown face. If you come from another party to lobby some of the agencies and the MDAs that you will not be able to crack the wall. This is the reality. We're not living in the world of utopism. We're talking about I'm a realist, and I'm telling you, if it is easier for me to talk to a member of my party than it is for another person for me to talk to another member of a member of another party. I couldn't talk to the speaker of Dogara when he was there in PDP. I couldn't reach him. Members of the House will not be able to reach him the way they will reach if they are in APC and their speaker is APC. It's happening now. Simon Igbo will not be able to reach the speaker the way he will be able to reach the speaker now that he's a member of the APC. That is as simple as arithmetic. The president will listen more when you're a member of his party. If he refuses to listen, the national chairman of the party will take the governor and say, this is the need of Abia State. It's different from when he's writing application to Ministry of Finance or writing an application to Ministry of Works and Housing and all the rest of them. No. He will be there when they'll be sharing it. He will say this is the share for Abia State and he will bring it back home. Like I said, it's not about him, it's about our state. We need to develop the state. And in order to develop the state, we need to do strategic positioning. In management, it's called corporate strategic positioning. The current analysis of our position at the moment, is it auguring well with our state? Is it favoring us? You and I know that we can do better than that. Let us strategically position ourselves and forget our pride and forget about politics. Let's go and know this is where we can get what we need for our state and begin to align. And anybody who aligns should not be persecuted, because we were Abians before we became politicians, and we will go back to being Abians after we finish being politicians. So at the end of the day, what matters is Abia State. How well do we measure up when the committee of states come together? How do we raise our shoulders when we are with other members who are from other states? That's what matters. That is the truth.
All right, we've been speaking with Honorable Benjamin Kalu, the Chairman House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, House of Representatives, and of course the spokesperson of the APC caucus, Abia State, and definitely ranking member of the APC, Honorable Benjamin Kalu. We've been talking on several issues, especially from the National Assembly down to state politics. We will need to take a break now, Honorable Kalu. When we return, I will take you on the budget. Budgeting is a process. Definitely, we need to know the process. Where are you presently? And many Nigerians were expecting that the budget will be passed before the year runs out. So I believe you will answer some of the questions concerning the budget right after this time out. It is the platform on Flow 94.9 FM.
94.9 FM. We've got conducive and well-secured environment for business. High-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.
Thank you very much for staying tuned. It is still the platform, but the pinnacle of all discussions right here. Monday edition on Flow 94.9 FM. Just 4 days to Christmas. We're still counting down. And we have Honorable Benjamin Kalu very much live with us. It's a virtual conversation. We've been talking on several issues. Honorable Benjamin Kalu is the member representing Bende Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, and also the Chairman House Committee on Media and Public Affairs. So he's the spokesperson of the House of Representatives. So Honorable Benjamin Kalu, let's talk about the budget, the national budget. Can you bring us up to speed on the status of the budget? It's been submitted by the executive arm of the government.
All right, thank you very much, and Abians, thank you for staying tuned. Yes, on the 8th of October, the appropriation bill 2021, otherwise known as the 2021 budget, was led by Mr. President before a joint section of the National Assembly, and the envelope size of that particular budget was 13.08 trillion naira, and the details of that budget show that the crude oil remains the mainstay of the nation's economy, and it is projected to be sold at $40 per barrel. Yes, and also the exchange rate also was also fixed at 3.79 per dollar. That budget also has it that the gross domestic product, that is the GDP, is expected to grow at 3%, while the inflation rate in that budget was placed at 11.95%. Because of this particular budget, the House and the determination to make sure that we follow the budget calendar, the House suspended plenary to be able to go into committee levels to look at this budget and to accelerate it so that we can meet our January to December calendar. Cycle. Budget cycle. So what we have done has been entertaining presentation of budget performance report of the previous year and benchmarking it against their request, their proposal for this current year. And we've been able to do a very good job. We thought we would have finished last Thursday when we were supposed to close down for the year, but we had to order a special section, special plenary today. We are going, usually we don't sit on Mondays. We sit I'm aware Tuesdays, of that. But because of the urgency of making sure that we push this budget through and in line with our new calendar, we are going to be sitting today. And when we sit today, the major thing that will be on the front burner will be passing this budget. So we are committed to passing it. But suffice that to say that recently, the executive, due to the fact that the impact of COVID made the execution of the capital projects in the 2020 budget very difficult. The executive brought a request last week asking us to extend the timeline for the implementation of the capital projects in the 2020 budget.
when you pass this budget, it has to be cash backed, and if it is not cash back, its implementation becomes very difficult. And the executives noticed that if they stick to finishing it by the 31st of December, 75% of the money that have been appropriated will be returned back to Treasury. The ones that have been released will be returned back to Treasury. So based on that, they now brought a request asking us to consider extending the time for implementation of the 2020 capital budget, not the recurrent, but the capital budget. So, and based on that, they brought a bill that is called a bill for an act to amend the appropriation Act 2020 to extend the expiration period of capital expenditure in the act beyond 31st of December 2020, and which means that we will alter the implementation of a project from ending in December to about March or May. To this effect, we had done the first reading, second reading, third reading on that particular bill, and it was passed last Thursday. So most of the contractors who were afraid that their project, if they don't finish it up by December, they will lose their money because the money will go back to the Treasury and it will be rolled over. They will now have at least 90 days up to March or thereabouts to tidy up their job. So that is the situation with regards to the budget. We are still committed to the January-December, and we are going to make sure that by today we'll pass it. Hopefully, the president will assent to it before the end of this year.
Okay.
So that by January, the new budget for 2021 will kickstart.
Interesting. Thank you for bringing us up to speed. Now, local government election held over the weekend with the ruling party in the state and the state level here, the People's Democratic Party, clearing the polls. Yes, the entire 17 local government areas were won by PDP, but not without skirmishes. In fact, your party at the state level came out and said, well, we will not accept the outcome of the party. I don't know what is the position of the APC caucus in the state.
Yeah, I don't know if you said election held or selection held, because they are two different things.
It was an election conducted by APSEC, the Abia State Independent Electoral Commission.
Did you monitor it as the media? Did you monitor it?
We did.
So what was your own feedback to Nigerians that you owe honesty?
Honorable,
what was your
feedback? You're interviewing me. I'm the one conducting the interview here.
Of course. Sometimes we'll change the seat and put you on the other side. I'm saying, as the media house, you owe Nigerians, you owe Abians the truth. And media supposed to monitor elections when they are being conducted because they are stakeholder. The fourth estate of the realm, you're a stakeholder in national development, and you were supposed to monitor it as an observer. What did you feed Abians back from the observations you made?
It's already on our news platform, but also on our programs, Honorable.
Good. So now, my own observation is that it's going to be centered around Bend, where I represent.
Okay.
And where I'm the leader of the APC caucus in Bend, federal constituency. I can tell you that no polling unit in Bend, the federal constituency, open for accreditation. We're not talking of election. We're talking about accreditation. Anybody who said he was accredited, there was no voters register anywhere in the polling units. I don't know what they fed the governor with, and everybody's calling out the governor, but he's not Professor Mba. People should be calling Professor Mba. I told somebody, when elections go bad in Nigeria, you don't call Jonathan or you call Buhari, you call the head of INEC. The ball stops, with the head of APSEC. So let's keep Okezipazo outside by now. I am saying the man that have been asked to run this show, I want to see any evidence of voters register that was used in accreditation in the Bend federal constituency. There was none. People were asked to pay for forms. People spent their money campaigning. People did billboards and all those. And at the end of the day, it wasn't as if there was an election that was rigged. It's when you have election, then you can say, oh, they were rigged out, or they could not protect their result. This one there was no election in Bende. The electoral officer was captured on the video saying the election will not hold today, it will hold in a later date. On a later date. And we also have video where the DPO and the agent of PDP, the agent of APC, escorted the material from APSEC office to DPO's police station in Bende. Not even a single paper left there. So when you say you did the election, I saw people circulating pictures that they were doing election in their various palace. You know, I saw them circulating. I said, where did you get the material? Because material was being counted as at 4 o'clock. And after counting the material, it was not enough. The basic essential documents were not there, and they carried it back. You see, it has been the practice over the years. It didn't start with this administration or the past administration. Or every state election organized by the state is controlled by the state. So we have no problem. Excuse me. We have no problem with the state controlling. But why make people spend their money? That is fraudulent. It's fraudulent, and they can sue APSEC. You made them come out to spend their money, and you did not. It would have been good if they did the election and you failed them, and you say, okay, this person. There is no evidence of any election. I was surprised when I started saying 33,000. But be that as it may, my joy as the caucus leader of APC in Bende is that once again we have proved to Bende people that PDP is not holding the grassroots. There is no how. It was in their wisdom not to do that election. There was no how they would have won. Not possible. Where? How will you win? APC has given them the dividends of democracy. They have felt it, they have enjoyed it, they have touched it, which they have not touched in the past 14 years. And you think those people who voted the Senate chief whip, who voted the House of Assembly representative, a spokesperson, who voted the House of Assembly deputy minority leader, will now go to farm on the day of the election. No, if they have gone the way of election, they would have lost. But in their wisdom, they avoided election and went into selection and declaration.
Are you also rejecting the outcome of the election?
It is the position of the party to reject, not me as a single individual. And the party has rejected it. If they have rejected it, that is what they owe the membership of the party. They to reject it. But will it stop the state government from doing what they are doing? No. But my own personal joy is that my people campaign house to house. I didn't need to be around. It's just like Tinubu was away when senatorial district rerun was done and he won. We wanted to prove to the people that we didn't need to be around to win the election if they are calling for election, because we know that they will be too afraid to call for election. The politicians in Bende will not allow election to take place because we will win. The leaders will be outside. The people we have raised would have won the election landslide. The structures were there. The equipment, they were there to win the election. But they were in their own wisdom. They said, no, if we go this route, it will be very obvious we will not be able to defend that this election did not go on the side of the APC. So let's go this route. And this route they have gone. I mean, we are standing, raising our shoulders high that we are in charge in the federal constituency.
Honorable Benjamin Kalu, I want to really appreciate your time this morning on the platform on Flow 94.9 FM. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we'll take another break now. When we return, we get reactions on our phone lines. Of course, it is still the platform right here, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM. We've been speaking with Honorable Benjamin Kalu. He's the member representing Bende Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, the Federal House of Representatives, and also a ranking member of the APC in Abia State, and also the spokesperson of the House of Representatives, who definitely, he's the chairman of the House Committee on Media and Public Affairs. We'll take a break now. When we return, we get reactions on our phone lines 0808 182 6949 or 0811-605-2949. You can also drop messages on 0906 510 8289.
94.9 FM. We've got conducive and well-secured environment for business. High-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.
All right, it is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, right here on Flow 94.9 FM. Hello, good morning to you. You're live on radio. Good morning. Hello, good morning to you. 0808-182-6949 or 0811-605-2949. You can also drop messages on 0906-510-8289. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, hello, good morning, myself.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I still remember Mr. Lobsman. I'm calling from Olimaya.
All right.
Talking of the issue, our governor should leave PDP and join APC. Like, it's by choice. You can't force him to go and join APC while he has not decided to join APC. By the way, if APC is a ruling party, does it mean that all states must be APC, or does it mean by all the governors must be in APC? If you can start them in the one that you are staying now, the political party you are staying now, it is other good. If you decide to go to APC, it's also good. So I'm saying that politics is all by loving. No, I disagree with that. Politics is all about a game. It's just like the people that you meant to love is the people that is following you, not the people that is in the other one. You are fighting to get what you want, while the other people is fighting to get what they want. See, the APC must not be all the state, and it's not by force that all the governors must join APC. If governor decides to join APC, fine, it's his choice. If he decides to stay in PDP, it's his choice. All we need is good government in Nigeria. Joining APC or giving PDP, it does not change everything. By the way, APC has been in a ruling party. What have this country changed? We still remain the way we are since Nigeria has created. No any development. Why we are talking of joining APC and all these things? Leaving PDP, joining APC is not the solution. The solution is give us good government.
All right, thank you, Love Smile. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome. Welcome to the platform.
Michael Oni, I want to greet you. I want to say good morning and the honorable member there.
He's listening, but he's not live any longer.
My name is Henry Enyoko. I am calling from Umogilentega in Isialangwa North.
You're welcome, Mr. Henry.
Michael Oni, to be very honest, after listening to the honorable member, I have a little shock in me now. That little shock is that we are still playing the politics of carry go in quote in this country. He has been able to let us know that there is discrimination in the federal, in the APC as a party. That is to say, he was implying that if we are not there, if Abia State does not go to APC, that the federal government is against Abia State. So what type of political gospel are we preaching? What type of political gospel? Look at America, where we are copying. Nigerians are just like copycats. Is that what they are doing? Does the Republican and the Democrat, do they not work hand in hand in certain crucial or critical moments? I am shocked to the marrow over what, in fact, an enlightened person is saying about the ideals of APC government and their policies. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your contribution this morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome.
On the line.
All right, you're welcome. It's been a while, Owakwechideber.
Yeah, it's been a while, my brother. Sorry for the loss. I heard that you traveled for your grandmom's burial.
Yeah,
I hope it went well.
It went well. Thank you very much.
It's well, my brother. Send my regards to every one of them over there.
All right.
Yeah, about what my representative Benjamin Carlos said, I really want to disagree with him
If he's trying to tell us that there was no election in Bende, I disagree with him. Why did I say so? I happen to be a member of campaign council in Bende, and I know how we went all through the campaigning in Bende, both of Botong and Chimbos and the like. We touched all these whole places. During our campaign, I never saw any other political party campaigning. It was even rare for you to see a billboard or poster of any other political party. Honestly, at a point, okay, when I saw the candidate on his billboard, I was like asking, what is his deputy? He never had deputy. Not until 2 weeks before the election. You will now see that they were not serious from the onset. They were not ready. They were not campaigning. Now he sent to tell us, yes, he's from Bende South, while the deputy minority leader is from Bende North. See, let him not forget that we have a lot of people in Bende South who believe in PDP. The same thing applies to Bende North. We have the former deputy speaker from Bende North.
All right, quickly wrap up a thought to our question, Ebere.
So I don't really accept what he said as to that regard that there was election. In my own polling booth, I monitored other polling booths, not only my own polling booth. About Governor Kezi Bazo coming to APC, that means they have been able to see that Governor Kezi Bazo is a performing governor. If not, they will not be lobbying him to come over.
All right, thank you for your contribution. Your time is up, actually. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning to you.
Morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good morning, my friend.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, it's Alvan. I'm calling you from Bend.
All right, Alvan.
Yeah, so the former caller, Nyoko in particular. It means that there is high level of discrimination. Even Umar, he said it, that he was getting extra money, from the federal government when they were lobbying him to come over. Is this the best way to rule? When you have the national resources, instead of you sharing it equitably, you are giving people larger amounts because they are members of your party. Even the APC is talking about what have they done to bring single change that will get, that will make us like them to vote for them. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Is it security? You can see the high level of insecurity. But President Buhari is the minister in charge for petroleum. Here in Bende, I don't know if our rep member knows that we buy fuel at 220 naira a liter. So how on earth
did you say 200? I'm not aware we're buying petrol at 200. It's around 165, between 165 and 170.
Yeah, I'm talking about my own area in Bende here because we are in a rural community and we are suffering. Kerosene we buy at 250 naira a liter. You can confirm. So he is our representative. Let him ask federal government to come and give us one a petrol station if it is NNPC or what. So we are suffering here. High cost of everything. So how do you want people? Election here have come and gone, and of course, APSEC they have done their best. It is only in United States that opposition won election. The Labour Party, they won something. I am happy he confirmed it that the state election is being controlled by the state. Their own party won in Gombe. They cleared everything. They cleared Kogi. They cleared Bronu.
Right.
Where people are being killed every day, morning and evening. So they don't even have it.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Let's call it.
All right. What's your name, please? You start with your name.
And this state has been under PDP for the past 10 years. We've gained nothing. Even the time Jonathan was power, we did not get anything. Up to now, this state is still under PDP. Look at how our state is. You cannot compare Ebonyi state with our state. Governor Kezi as the governor of Abia state under the platform of PDP, I will rate him 25 of 100. To put the people of Abia in poverty. I don't know. Let's just call it. As for the election that happened during the weekend, my brother, Honorable Benjamin Kana, visitor, there was no election in the local government. My own community, I travel from Umaya to my own village to vote. Unknowingly to me, there was no election. Before I get to my village, I went to my village around 6 to vote. But when I said it, there was no election, there was no ASEC official. Let us call a spade a spade. My brother, please. I'm going to looking for appointments, calling from Ben.
No, let's not attack anyone, please. Thank you for your contribution. Let's not go personal. It's very important. Not address any caller. State your opinion, and of course, others will also state their opinions. Thank you very much. Anyways, on the SMS line, Reverend Ike Nwachuku says there is no election. There was no election in my ward or Hiocha in Umuapara, Umuahia South. Reverend Ike Nwachuku. All right, this one says Labour Party won in Ikwano because they want to spite Honorable Onuigbo, Abia and politics. That's coming from KC. All right, that's how far we can go this morning. I want to really appreciate you, your time, your contribution on the program. The program returns on Wednesday when we bring up another issue and, of course, another newsmaker for you right here on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, right on Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. Merry Christmas to you in advance. It's just 4 days to Christmas. And, of course, don't forget, as you're celebrating, marrying, partying, don't forget the less privileged also. It's very important. Thank you very much. Many thanks to the producer of the program, Samson Eze, and the guys behind the visuals just watching live on our Facebook page, Solomon and Stanley. Thank you very much, guys. My name is Michael Oni.